Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Jenna and I am a single teen mom to my 15-month-old son. His name is Liam, and in today's video I'm going to be reading y'all's assumptions about me. As you guys on Instagram, a little poll a couple weeks ago told you guys to leave some of your assumptions, so I'm just going to kind of be reading those off and telling you if they are true or false. But before I get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn your post notifications on so that you guys never miss a video. And if you'd love to see more of us, I have all my social medias linked down in the description box, so you're more than welcome to go check those out and give us a follow. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. So let's see. I'm going to start with, and I'm also not going to put these on the screen. I don't know if people want their usernames or anything on that, so I'm just going to read them off. Okay. Sometimes you miss doing teenager things. Yeah, of course. I am a teenager still, and I do kind of miss being able to do teenager things sometimes. I mean, it's like sometimes I wish that I could go hang out with people without having to like find somebody to watch my son. But obviously, like, not really, but like sometimes, yeah, I do. It's scary being a teen mom because support and future goals being changed. Yes, I was terrified. It's terrifying. Because at this point, your life has been turned upside down. You don't know what's to come. You don't know what's going to happen anymore. Like your whole plan, your whole, like everything you had planned had just been thrown like a giant curveball, and you have to figure out a way around it. So yeah, it's definitely scary. You're lonely and want a boyfriend. No, actually I do not want a boyfriend. I'm not looking for a boyfriend anytime soon. I just want to focus on myself. I want to focus on my son. I want to focus on our future. And right now I don't see where having a boyfriend would kind of fit into my life goals at the moment. So that's kind of been put on hold. I'm not really looking for anyone. This one says, you're not ready to stop breastfeeding. No, I'm not actually. I said before, I kind of want to breastfeed till he's 2. But obviously if he wants to stop before then go ahead, because that'd be a lot easier than me trying to wean him off. Okay. Teen moms are the strongest women who go through something nobody's prepared for. I definitely have to agree for this, because when you get pregnant as a teen mom, most people don't plan to be a teen mom, and when you become a teen mom you get so much hate, so you kind of just build a thick skin and you kind of just don't care what people say. And even if they do say stuff, at the end of the day, you know what they're saying is not true, and that's really all that matters. You shouldn't kind of care what somebody else says, because you know that is not true, which is kind of all I'm going to say on that one. Okay. This one says, you're not a religious person. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I wouldn't say I'm not religious, if that makes sense. Like, I love God, and like God's also like important in my life. I'm a Catholic, but I'm not like a devoted like Catholic. Like, I don't go to church all the time. Honestly, I never go to church, but you know, so I'm not like super religious, but I still am religious and I still love God. I'm just not very religious, and that is just due to personal reasons, things that has happened in my life. So there's kind of reasoning behind why I'm not a religious person, or like very religious, I guess I would say, or word that. This one says, you want to have a lot of kids. I mean, I kind of want just 3 kids, maybe 4, no more than 4, but I feel like 3 is a good number. Obviously, I would be happy with 1, but I would love to have a girl if that is ever possible. But I don't want like a lot of kids. I kind of just want, I don't know, average, I guess I would say. This one says, your parents mostly help raise Liam. Actually, they don't. My stepmom works all the time. My dad is disabled, so he can't really watch Liam. So I do watch my son 99% of the time, because he is my son and he is my responsibility to take care of. Like, I was the one who got pregnant, and so therefore it is my responsibility to own up to my actions, and I take care of him. I fully support myself and I fully support him. I pay bills every month just like everybody else. Obviously, I don't pay rent, but I mean, I do pay a lot of bills. But you want to be with Liam's dad. Actually, this is a huge no. Like, there's no way, like, ever that I would ever get back with Liam's dad. It was a very awful relationship, very toxic, very just, so I could never be with him again. Now I know my self-worth. I know that I deserve better than that. At the time I didn't. So I would just never go back to a relationship like that. You would love to have twins one day. I mean, I don't not want twins, but I don't necessarily want twins. I mean, I grew up as a twin. I know what it's like to be a twin. I know what it's like to have a twin. You know, it's not always fun. It's not like everyone thinks. It's a lot of work. So, I mean, I'm not saying I don't want twins. I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I want twins. But, I mean, at the same time, I do have that genetic because it is something that runs in my family. So if I get pregnant with twins, well, then I get pregnant with twins and I will be happy. But I not to say it's not like I want them, if that makes sense. You want to live on your own and have your own place. Yeah, of course. I would love to be on my own, have my own place, have Liam have his own space and just live on my own. But I don't know if your parents did this. My mom did this. But from this very, very young age, my mom kind of had me and my sisters like watching kidnapping shows, NCIS, murder shows. So in the back of my head for the longest time, I've had this humongous fear of getting kidnapped, or somebody breaking in and me not knowing what to do. So I've always had that kind of fear in the back of my head, like what would I do in that situation? And there was a point in time when me and my twin sister were like, okay, well, when we're old enough, we're just gonna live together because we have a 50-50 chance of, if somebody breaks in, of us being able to get out. So I don't know if anyone else's parents did that, but my mom did that. You still like to go to parties and you go out all the time. I do not. I mean, I like to go to parties before I got pregnant. Yeah, like any other teenager. But after having and getting pregnant, you know, I honestly had like a whole I matured. Like, I grew up. I realized, like, you know, life is not about going out and partying. Life is about having people around you who love you, who care about you, who support you. And it's not about going out and getting drunk and blacking out. Like, that's not what life's about. Like, that is not fun. Like, I've been there, I've done that, and I personally do not think it is very fun. I mean, at the time maybe, but like, not really. You wanted to be a teen mom. No, I did not want to be a teen mom. Ideally, in my head, before I became a mom, I wanted to like start building my family around like when I was 25. 25 seemed like a really good age to me. Somebody told me, I can't remember, but somebody told me that your brain doesn't stop like developing until you're 25. So that's when I was like, okay, I feel like at 25 I will be mentally like ready to have a kid. So I wanted to get pregnant around 25. It is actually really hard for you to be a single mom, especially as a teenager. Yeah, it is. But I don't show that side to social media. Nobody wants to kind of watch like negative stuff in life, so I don't tend to show that side because nobody wants to watch that. But yeah, there are days when it's really hard, especially when it's just me. Whereas if it's like, if you and the dad or the mom, whatever, are still together, one person can go to work, one person can stay. It's not one person doing everything, whereas it is solely me. I pay for everything. I do everything myself. Whereas in a relationship, they go 50-50 and split it. One person works, one person watches. You know, one person does this one day, one person does that. I don't know what that's like, so I guess it's not that bad. But so yeah, it is definitely a lot harder for me. You sleep around. I'm sorry, but I don't. I mean, that's just not something I do. Not something I'm really interested in. This one goes along with that one, so I'm gonna do this one next. Your body count is high. I've actually said my body count in a video before, and I personally don't think my body count is higher. I know people with the way higher body counts than I have. So I wouldn't say my body count is high. I don't think I have a high body count. I think my body count is like, I don't know, average, I guess, is what I wouldn't say. I'd say average. You were mean to people in school. I was not. I'm actually really shy. I like really shy. Like unless you know me, I'm like tend to like stay shy. But once you get to know me, I talk a lot. But like in person, like when I first meet somebody, I'm like I tend to stand to the side and be more quiet than like outgoing and like, hi, how are you? So I was not mean to people. Your family wasn't surprised you were pregnant. Actually, they were like super surprised that I was pregnant. Nobody kind of expected it. So yeah, my family was definitely surprised by it. When you meet people, you don't tell anyone you're a teen mom. I mean, obviously I don't be like, hey, like, nice to meet you, I'm a teen mom. Like, that's just not how you start a conversation. Obviously, I just don't lie and like pretend I'm not. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't go out and like hang out with people. Like, I really just go to work and go home. So, and everyone I know, like everyone I work with knows that I'm a mom. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't not tell people I'm a mom. Like, I love being a mom. I'm proud to be a mom. So, like, yeah, I will tell people, but it's just not one of the very first things that I tell somebody when I meet them. Okay, I'm probably going to do like one or two more. You regret having your baby. I don't actually. I mean, I love being a mom. I feel like it has definitely changed my life for the better. And like, not that I'm encouraging anyone to go out and get pregnant if they're having a hard like life, but I mean, I definitely don't regret it. Like, I love being a mom and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. You used to be an alcoholic and do a lot of drugs. Nah. I mean, I did drink a lot. Let's be honest. I did. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and be like, I mean, no. Like, yeah, I did drink a lot. Like, there's like, before I got pregnant, there's like this month gap where I like barely remember anything because I was at just such a hard place in my life that for me, my coping method was for me to just go get drunk. So there's probably like, and I'm not saying in any way if you're sad to go use alcohol as like a happiness or way to like be happy. I'm just saying that's what I did and I kind of regret it because I do have a lot of times like from before I had Liam that is kind of like a blur and I don't remember, or like what I do remember is just from what I've been told by other people, which is definitely not how like you should live life or how I want to live life or how I would want anybody else to live their life. Like, I definitely don't suggest it. Alcohol can be addicting to some people. Thank God, like, I never got addicted to alcohol or anything. For me, it was just more of like, okay, if I drink, I'm happy. If I don't drink, I'm sad. So I'd rather be happy and drink, if that makes sense. Which I guess that kind of sound like, now that I think of it, yeah, it sounds really bad. So yeah, there was a time like I did drink a lot before I got pregnant. I have tried I've tried drugs before, like any other teenager. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say I did a lot of drugs. Like, in no way, shape, or form did I do a lot of drugs, but I've tried them, yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was a teenager, I was going out and experiencing things, like, oh, somebody else is doing it, like, I wanted to try it, you know, that kind of thing, which I'm not saying that if somebody else is doing it, you should do it, because don't. If somebody is doing it, just stay as far away from that person. I guess where I grew up, everybody I knew was doing it, so for me, it's like, oh, like, this is normal, like, everyone does this. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like a bit into my past. I don't think I've ever really talked about that or ever mentioned the part about me kind of using alcohol as an antidepressant, I guess is what I'd say, which is, it's really sad now that I think about it, but I don't drink anymore. I breastfeed. I'm a mom. I'm not 21, so I don't drink anymore, but that is all for this video. That is all the assumptions I'm going to read. A lot of them are kind of similar in ways to ones I already read that I have, But you guys, I want to say thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have not yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so very much. Be sure to check out one of my previous videos that is going to pop up on the screen somewhere.